Okay. So hello guys, welcome everyone, welcome, all of you. We again wait for like 1 minute or a little more, for everyone to, come here. Right. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can always throw all of those questions at us, and we'll answer all the questions that you may have. Right. So first, just very quick thing because this is something that we've just recently launched, and this is very amazing. Uh, you know, so we've just launched this very new website at Prep&Star, which is powered by AI, and basically, one word answer. Not one word, one line answer is you will get to know if you're going to get selected in TCS or not, even before giving the exams. The analytics, your ranking, all of those would be shown to you real time. So let's check it out. Okay, guys. So I wouldn't waste any further time. Let's begin. First, I'll also would want all of you to see me as well here. So this is Atulya. I'm the founder of Prep&Star, and let's begin. Let's begin directly. I am sure that other people would join in some while. Right. So this is again we would be covering mainly. I will not say the most difficult questions, but easy questions is what I am covering today. The questions that you would see in today's lecture are easy ones, so you'll encounter even more difficult questions in TCS NQT. I did not want to demotivate you further here, which is why I'm kind of taking such easy questions. Again, both of these questions are valid for the Ninja profile and digital profile at the very same time. So you guys do not have to worry about it, right? So again, we post a lot of off-campus drives, so you can quickly go out to all of these channels and then join us there. I guess just recently Flipkart was hiring, PayPal was hiring, Cisco was hiring. We posted a lot of drives there, and we also post placement tips at sometimes, right? So we'll talk about this Prime Video and Royal Pass a little later, I guess, right? So let's understand the pattern. So what is the pattern of TCS programming logic section? So essentially, there are going to be 10 questions. You are going to be given 20 minutes. Now, there's a catch. All the questions, so generally, if you see all the other exams like CoCube, C Litmus, etc., you see that, okay, those are MCQ type of questions. But in this case, the questions that you would be having here would not be MCQ type of questions, or not all of them. I'd say approximately 6 of them would be MCQ type of questions, and 4 of them would be FUB type of questions, which are fill up the blanks. So basically, you have to enter the value or maybe a character. In case of value, the value should be corrected to decimal points, right? So let's say you got an output of, let's say, 0, right? So you have to enter 0.00 in that case, right? Or read the instruction. They'll give you, I'm sure that TCS would give you that, more better. There's no negative marking in the FUB type of section, but there's a negative marking of 1/3 marks in the MCQ section, right? So let's go ahead. So what is the syllabus? So if you're preparing for the programming logic section, there are going to be 3 parts of the same, which is essentially data structures. Again, TCS, or in fact many other companies like Capgemini, etc., do not anymore care about that. If you know coding, or if you do not know DSA, you are from mechanical branch, they don't care. They are a coding based or a software based company, IT export based company. They are looking for coders. So in that case, you still have, I'll say, good amount of time. So we know when the exam is going to be there, but then again, approximately, but we can't, announce it before TCS does. So the exam is going to be very, very soon, so you don't have to worry about it. So data structures is must. Then again, C, input output questions also. So also a lot of people just do input output questions. Along with the lecture, you would understand they're also asking you about libraries. They're also asking you about file systems, read, write, input, output, all of those. Then again, object oriented programming is going to be there. Mostly it is in C++, right? So, I'm just side by side read all the questions. Please make a video on pattern of PayPal. 2018 batch is not eligible, but 2019 and 20, there's a possibility that, okay, with the TCS NQT 2021, the two 2019 and 2020 batch also drive happen at the very same time. So again, there's a possibility of it. We think it's our intuition that it might happen. But then again, maybe an off-campus would be a separate drive later on. But then again, TCS NQT 2021 is definitely going to happen. One more thing is we'll share all the previous year questions on WhatsApp. So let's say people yesterday were asking that, okay, what to do? I want to study, or we just solved two coding questions in the last lecture. But then again, you want that, okay, you solve more questions. So in that case, you can go to prepinsta.com/WhatsApp, join our WhatsApp group for your batch. We will share a PDF of all the previous year questions of PDF, so you don't have to worry about it. I guess if the WhatsApp group becomes full, then you can just let us know in the chat. MCA people can apply, Amber. Right. So this is the first question, and I'll give you a minute to solve it. You would understand. So your time has already started. As of now, you can just hear me in the background and start solving the question. Right. So with this question, maybe you would understand that, okay, TCS is asking a lot of questions related to libraries in C and in C++. In fact, I did not know the answer of this question. Last year, when this question came in the exam, I had to Google what is find first, not off. Right. So maybe I'm just so Divija, don't worry. Yesterday we did not share, so we wanted to share only once. Right. So we'll share it. You don't have to worry about it. Also, today is like the last day of the online lecture, so we are not conducting English anymore. We would be, sharing the questions with you over WhatsApp itself. So I'm just hoping that, okay, at least one of you gives us an answer. Or hit and try. Or if in case you are not able to solve it, just let me know in the chat, sir, that, okay, Atulya, you can solve. Don't call me sir. You can just simply say that, okay, Atulya, please solve the questions we are not able to solve. So in that case, I'll begin because I want to give you enough time. Also, make sure that you have a pen and paper. You'll definitely be needing it for today. Right. So if in case you don't have it, you just pick up your phone or laptop or wherever the pen and paper is, you can find it. Application link, just Google TCS Next Step. TCS Next Step. Divita, okay, sir, thank you. Your guidance is really helpful. Thank you, Divita. We try to help people as much as we can. Obviously, we have employees, so there's a money question also in terms of helping a family of employees as well. But then again, we try as much that we come on live on YouTube as much as we can. So, in fact, we would be trying a lot in terms of me and Manish. Right. Okay. So, I'm going ahead to solve it. So, essentially, if you look at this particular question, if you just give me a moment here. Right. So if you give me, if you look at this question again, int main, so there is one character string which is called as string one, which is TCS NQT exam. So if you watch it closely, the T is small, the N is small, and ENX is small. So T is small, N is small, and ENX is small as of now. Right. Now again, you call a function called as string str string one. So what happens essentially, it goes on to this here. Now there's another string called as TCS NQT exam, which is all caps. Right. Now there's an inbuilt function. So I did not know the answer of this question. I promise I did not know the answer of this question. Right. So I had to Google it also. So again, it's not a problem. But then again, in the exam, you must know all of this. So basically, this find first not off is a library in C++, right? That is STL library. Maybe a lot of people know about it, right? So what this essentially does is it gives you the index of the first string that calls it and the second string that is passed with an object, right? And it tells the index of the first character that is different in both of these strings, right? So essentially, if you look at TCS NQT exam and TCS NQT exam in small, so there is small t here and then there is a capital T here. So in ideal case scenario, the answer should have had been just like that. Okay, it will simply say not index, it will give value. I'm sorry. So it would have said small t, right? Now, but in this case, there's another parameter that is passed along with it, which is 5. So basically what it is saying that, okay, you do the same thing, that is compare these two strings, and wherever you find the first dissimilar character, you print that character and stop. So ideally it would have printed t, but it's saying that, okay, start from the fifth index. So basically wherever the fifth index comes, I think 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it comes at this t. So you start from this e here, right? Now this e will be printed. So small e is printed 1. So this is again FUB type of questions. There are no options given. You have to print it. Then again, what they are saying is str of ch, that is 5, that is capital E minus small e. So if you minus capital E and small e in this particular case, you will get a difference of their ASCII value if you print it. So you'll get 32. Right. I think one thing is wrong when I was writing this question. The name of this function str is wrong. It should have had been this. Right. So you don't worry about that. So what would be printed? E32 would be the answer in this particular case, right? So I would recommend that, okay, it's a difficult question. Only thing that was important for you to know that, okay, this is there. So now, from now, what we are going to do in our online class, this is something that we agree we did not do last time. We are also going to teach you STL in C++ in our online classes, or that is Prime video courses, right? So you'll also learn about that. So moving ahead, I'll give you second question. Again, maybe the first question demotivated you. So which is why I'm going to give you an easy question, right? You can read the question and I'll give you, ideally you can solve it within 15 seconds. Even if you don't remember, so there's a value involved here. So just like, there's a value involved in, let's say, what is the size of int or what is the size of byte and all of these. Right. So there's this thing involved here. So maybe you can Google side by side if you like, or else you should remember this value. So this was also an FUB question in TCS. This was also an FUB question in TCS. Right. So essentially, I'll not waste a lot of time. So essentially the int max value. Okay, just give me 1 second. The int max value that we have here in all of these type of questions, or in C at least, is 2147483647. So this is positive value, and the negative value, that is if it was int min in this case, so it would have had been 2147483648 as a negative value. So this was the answer. Then again, so again, this was an easy question, but always we tell that, okay, with the online classes that we have, or with the general YouTube video, even now that I'm conducting, I always tell, learn the sizes of character. So for example, what is the size of char? What is the size of int? What is the range of int? Let's say -3 to 7, 6, 7, and 8. In case of 2 bytes, in case of 4 bytes, what is for float? And what is int min value? And what is int max value, right? So all of those are something that I recommend you to learn. If you just Google, you would find a PDF regarding it, or you would find a website regarding it, right? So now again, so the picture represents a parse tree generated according to a specified grammar for the following sentence. So grammar is something that basically computer science people have it in their compiler design or theory of computation type of subjects. So the word is computing power doubles every 2 years, right? And this is the question. In fact, the screenshot, and these are all actual TCS NQT questions, right? So your basically what you have to do here is you have to print that what would be the size of the grammar tree here. What is the size of the grammar tree here? So I have given you enough hint in the actual question. What is the size of the grammar was there on what is the height of the grammar tree here? So again, in the question only said what is the height, and right, so you can understand I've given you enough hints. So you are doing great work, and also your preference thesis online course is very good. Thank you, Prakash. When did you purchase it approximately? Adil, please make me moderator. Prerna Rawat is saying. No issues. Adil, please make Prerna coordinator, moderator. So okay, I'll give you a hint. Does this look like a tree? I'll draw it. Don't worry. If you were not able to solve it, maybe you can after it. Right. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is this V I see. So I'll be doing like, okay, this VBZ. So this is a DSA question. They confused you it with being a TOC question, right? Then you have N N. Then you have N N P. Okay. After which you have, so if you look at this, this goes like this, right? So after which you have something called as N N S. Okay. Now you have this CD coming out of it, right? So you have this C D here, and then again you have this D T here. Now, what is the height of the tree? If the height starts from, let's say, 1, in this case, 3. So in this case, 3 would be the answer. When is TCS NQT exam? It'll be soon. It'll be soon. That's all I can say. It is soon enough that you should start studying. I'll say actually I'll say wait for the official confirmation. Uh, Even we are waiting for it. We can't say before TCS says, right? Even we are not sure, to be honest, right? Um, so again, having a look at the next question, it would be a little easy, I think. So you have to tell the in order. So again, this is not TCS NQT question. The next one is TCS NQT question. For me to tell you the next one, I have to kind of brush up you first with this, right? So you have to tell me the in order traversal of this particular tree. So this would be easy. I think 50% of you should be able to write it down. So I'm just waiting for answer. I by now you should have given me answer. Okay, people are giving answers. Sir, Royal Pass include all the courses? Yes. Please, Adil, answer all the course related things, right? So very quickly, I know a lot of you would have answered this already. So we have, you can go to Prep Insta if you want to study DSA, programming, and then data structures here. So you would find all the DSA here. So for example, if you go to the page that has in order, post order, pre order. So you would find all the examples here. So for example, there are some rules for, so what did we need to find? We need to find in order. So in order, the rule is LCR, that is left, center, right, or essentially you can learn the direction and all of those things, right? So we have all of these pages. In fact, there's one more page on Prep and Stuff wherein, difficult. So there's this question, then there's even more difficult question, then there's only even more difficult question, even more difficult questions. So all of these questions you can practice, right? In order, post order, pre order example. So essentially, if I'm to very quickly tell you how this happens here is, so essentially, LCR is the rule. So I will start from the leftmost node, that is H, then D, then I, right? Then the left part is completed. So B, E, right? Then again, this whole thing is completed, right? So A. Then again, for this particular subtree, I will try to visit this. So the J, F, K, then C, and then the leftmost part, that is L, G, M. So again, for people who are from mechanical, you would not know in order what in order is. Actually, there was one question that was asked in TCS NQT last year, which was related to finding pre-order, which is something exactly the same but little different. I did not take that question. That was horribly difficult. The diagram was very weird, so which is why I did not take that in this particular class. But then again, you need to study DSA even if you're a mechanical student, right? So again, the next question is something. The next question is something that I do not personally expect all of you to know, right? If the pre-order and the in-order the traversal of the binary tree is A, B, D, and so on and so forth, what is the post-order traversal, right? So I'll give you 1 minute to solve it on your own. Again, this is a live class, so we'll try to learn together. I've seen some people also do this that they record the class and using Streamlabs, they just play it. And so that people don't understand, they hide the comments of in the chat. So you can't comment in the live chat. And what's the point of it being live? Okay, so I'll explain you this particular question here. So what I've done here is I can't draw so many different diagrams, right? So what I've tried to do here essentially is I have this thing with me, which is essentially a image taken from Prep Insta's quizzes, prime mock subscription page, right? So what so happens is you are given the pre-order and you are given the in order. Now there is one rule always, right? Uh, the root of the node in pre-order is the first character or the first node. So A, whatever comes here is the root always, right? And if you kind of try to apply the same logic to in order, so if you find A, which is the root here, so whatever would be on the left hand side of A would be in the left subtree. So D, B, F, E is in the left subtree. And whatever is on the right side of A would be the right subtree, right? So now, as of now, we've gotten to know that, okay, A is the root and DBFE essentially is on the left hand side and GCLHK is on the right hand side. Simple, very simple. I don't think that there should be any confusion in this, right? So moving further, you try to do the same thing further and further. So you had DBFE here. So again, you will find in this that out of this DBFE, in the so this is pre-order, sorry, this is in order, right? So out of this DBFE, which comes first? So this B comes first. So B would be the root node, and whatever would be on the left hand side would be the left node, and whatever would be on the right hand side would be the right node. So FE is right. Then again, you do the same thing in the in order, right? In the pre-order, you find that okay, out of all this, which one comes first, right? In the pre-order, so C comes first, then obviously G is here, then H, J, K, L. So C is the first character that appears in pre-order. So again, out of C, whatever is on the left is the left subtree, whatever is on the right is the right subtree. So you continuously try to do it. So what would happen? Finally, you will be able to build the tree, and then finally you can so if in the question they are asking you the post order, you can go ahead and do the post order in this case, right? So post order would be D, F, E, B, so on and so forth, right? So Shubhi was able to correctly answer. Perfect, very perfect, Shubhi Avasti. Right. So moving further to the next question that we have here. Now again, I'd like to keep this lecture short. Honestly, rather than wasting like 1 hour, I would try to finish it off in 30 minutes. So I'll not ask you to solve it. I want you to read it once. So I'll give you 1 minute to read it. This is a difficult question. This is TCS NQT actual question. This is actual. So we've written it. This is actual question of TCS NQT, which was asked last year. So I just want you to read it. I don't want you to solve it because again, I will be explaining you. You will realize what is the reason why you should not or you were not able to solve it at all itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me explain this to you here. So let's try to understand what essentially is happening in this particular question, right? So you have include IOStream using namespace std basic thing, right? Then you have a class. The name of the class is PM, right? So in this PM class, you have public void designation. So essentially, you have a function which is called as designation. If that function designation is called, you PM word is printed. Perfect. I don't think that there should be any confusion here. Now, again, if you look further in this one here, you have another class that is called as CEO. So maybe what they meant was project manager here, and what they meant was, let's say, CEO of TCS here, right? So public CEO. So in this class, I'm really sorry. In this class, you have another constructor that is CEO here, right? So in this case, what happens in the constructor, you are creating a PMPTR that is a pointer which would have new PM here. That is basically in the constructor of the CEO class, you are creating an instance of this PM class, right? Simple. I don't think any confusion here. And then again, so here, if people know properly, so operator word is used for operator overloading, right? And then you're returning your PMPTR that you just created earlier. Okay. Okay. So then again, you have a designation CEO. So I'm like, okay, now this kind of gives me a light bulb that, okay, this designation CEO or this designation function I saw here also and I saw here also. So I'm like, okay, probably runtime polymorphism is something, or polymorphism, right? People who know all of this, right? So just remind me. And then again, you have this PMPTR again here. Then again, you have void designation here. And then again, you have again PMPTR here again, right? Now, in the question, you have first a CEO star, CEO PTR. So, whatever is above, forget it. It's already very confusing. So basically, you are creating a pointer whose name is CEO PTR, and that pointer is referencing to an object of class CEO, right? So basically, you are creating a pointer to an object, right, of which of the object of is of class CEO, right? Simple, right? Now I see that, okay, this line is happening, this line is happening. Now this reminds me of something that is uh, runtime polymorphism, right? So if I'm to show you what runtime polymorphism is, that, okay, you have parent class, then you have an object of parent class, no, a pointer to the parent class, then you create the child class, then you create the child object again, and then you finally match the child or parent object pointer towards the address of the child class. So if in case, then you call this function, so essentially, rather than the child class being printed, parent class gets printed. So again, very quickly, but then again, I'm like, okay, they're trying to confuse me with runtime polymorphism. But for this to happen, the child class must be extended by the parent, right? So it should be public parent here. But then again, it's not written anywhere. It is not written like, okay, CEO, you are public of of, let's say, PM. So the child and parent relationship does not exist in any of those classes, right? So again, this confusion also not there. Then again, I'm like, okay, what they may be trying to do is they are using this CEO PTR, and then they are using this particular arrow operator, which is overloaded here with operator overloading. So what will happen? This PM PTR will get returned. But then again, one thing, and smart people will think about this. But then again, smarter people would know one thing is, this is not operator overloading. This looks like operator overloading. This, even they've kind of tried to confuse you with operator overloading here with using the word operator. But let me remind you about one particular thing. So let's say with operator overloading, let's say you are trying to do C++ here, right? So in this particular case, you have also created your operator overloading of plus plus operator. This is a very famous question, like overloading plus plus operator, right? But let me run this particular program. Okay, so what this, I get an error. So what it is saying, no operator plus plus bracket end for postfix plus plus. Now again, you may have forgotten this because long time back you learned all of this. Is you can't, if you are doing operator overloading, then the operator comes before the object, right? So you do plus plus C plus 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 C. So if I run this now, always the object should come on the right side of the operator, always, when you are doing operator overloading. So when I run this now you will get the perfect output. Enter the number, let's say I enter 8, right? So now 9 is printed. Now if I want to, so again, a lot of people will say, no, actually this can be done here. So this, yes, this can be done if I fool my compiler by just writing int inside it. So maybe if you did not know all of these facts, you just know basic C++, but you don't know concepts of C++. So now if I run it again, earlier I was getting error. This time I will not. So again, the program ran, but I removed this int. And then again, in this particular case, I'm using it on the right hand side. So when I run it now again, this will give me an error this particular time. So again, it says bracket int. So it's also giving us a hint on how do we solve this particular question altogether, right? So that's also important here. So now, if we move ahead further, if you just give me 1 second, where is the question? Right. So again, in this question, even this is not happening, right? Actually, what is, if you look very closely, and I'll tell you, the answer here is error. Why? Why the answer is error? Let me run this program. And you have to write the word ERROR in TCS, right? Actually, what has happened here, this cannot be overloaded. So this is also not the reason. The main reason is you have created void designation in public domain, and then you recreated this particular function again in the same class again. So you can't do it. There can be only one function signature inside a class. I can declare it in another class, but I can't redeclare it in one in this class one time in the private domain and one time here in the public domain, right? So this is an error here. Again, one more problem here is this PMPTR is declared twice. So PMPTR star and PMPTR star. Now, if I want to solve this, what I can do is I can just comment out this part of the code. Now, if I comment out this part of the code, I will be getting the output as CEO here. Essentially, why? Because again, no problem. This particular function calls so this is CEO pointer, so calls designation of this CEO class only, right? So again, I want you to know. I know that there are a few channels on YouTube who are solving questions of A++ and all of those questions which are easy. These they don't have TCS NQT previous year questions. If somebody is giving you a question about that, okay, some question that looks like if or let's say if A plus plus then print something like this and with and conditions and all those, these are not TCS questions. Actually, the reason is, let me tell you the truth. Actually, last time in the aptitude section, there were 15 questions. If you were able to solve 4 questions out of 15 correctly, you cleared the cutoff, you're going to the interview. Same again with this particular part of the section. If you are able to solve 2 to 3 questions out of 10 in programming logic section, you go to the next round. Many people don't tell you this, but then again, the point here is actually TCS merges Ninja and digital hiring together. So they create a very difficult paper for digital, and they're like, okay, we've created a difficult paper. We just want to know who are the top 10% that will give interview chance for digital, and who are the top 25% to whom will give the chance for Ninja, right? And the top 10% get chance for Ninja and digital both positions, right? So, which is why they don't care. They're like, okay, we will give difficult questions. No problem if students are not able to solve it. We just want to know better people. Even if you solve 2 questions, 3 questions, right? We just want to calculate the top 25% of you, right? So again, the exam is going to be very, very difficult. Even one question can make the difference of uh, getting selected in TCS NQT and not getting selected in TCS NQT, right? So this is very, very important for all of you. Uh, right. So moving ahead further, and I personally do not want to lie here. Essentially, give you easy questions, and then you would feel that okay, in the exam there were very difficult questions. I'm not able to solve them. What then, right? So essentially that. Right. So what's the level between what is the difference between TCS NQT and TCS on-campus questions level? Both of them are same. TCS does not do off-campus, right? So there is a negative marking. If I am to explain you, so I'll tell you. Each question in MCQ type was 1 mark, and FUB type was 2 marks. So this is in programming logic MCQ section, right? Uh, and the negative marking here was 1/3 marks, and then there was no negative marking in FUB type of questions, right? So these FUB type of questions were earlier called as star mark questions. Also, there is a calculator given to you in TCS for the aptitude section. On-screen calculator is there, so you can solve if you like with the calculator. Uh, I have joined the Telegram group. Is it enough? Yes, there are like 22,000 people in 2020 batch on our Prep Insta Telegram group. So it's very helpful. A lot of people share all the previous year questions. So let's say somebody had their drive of Hexaware today. So they shared their Hexaware questions with you on the Telegram group so you can prepare better. So WhatsApp group, we only post previous, drives, and we only post placement papers and all of those things. So we don't want to spam you there. But on Telegram, it's like an open discussion channel wherein you can talk to all other 24,000 people on the same group. So I'd recommend you to join. So first, people who are asking that, okay, when will TCS NQT occur? So I'll give you a hint. Uh, we wouldn't have had been conducting or we wouldn't have had started the live lectures on TCS NQT if it wasn't soon enough. So it's very soon, which is why we started with this. Uh, you will have to wait for the official confirmation from TCS. We can't even tell you the ballpark date. We can't tell you the exact date also, because it's supposed to be the company who announces it, right? Even if we know it, let's say, we can't say before TCS. All we can say is you have very less time to prepare, and you should start your preparation right now, just right now. Yeah, this live would be on our channel, right? So then again, what do you do? How do you prepare for it? So let me just show you. So essentially, data structures can be learned on a Prep Insta website. So this is something that is very, very new. We've just, as all of you know, we are like a 2-year-old startup, and we've just started. We are within 2 years, we are the most visited website for placements. We're like the #1 website. But then again, we didn't create a lot of things. We created company-wise papers, but we didn't create DSA. So this is a newly launched section wherein, for example, let's say you go to binary search, so you get all the details about how binary search works. You can compare it with any other page on the internet. I promise you, you compare this page with any other website all over the internet. If our page isn't better than them, we'll give you our course completely free, right? So you can check out all of these codes, I'm sure. We also kind of try to make our codes and make our page super friendly for engineers. So we kind of also share memes here. So you can go to prepinsta.com. You can go here, prepare, programming, DSA, and you can start learning DSA. That's completely free of cost, right? And we have something, we post a lot of memes. So here, programmer is selling his girlfriend. Binary search is faster than linear search, right? So all these kind of memes. And so we have something. So for example, every page has a meme. I'm very proud of it. Every page has a meme. C++. So C has a different meme. C++ has a different meme. Java has a different meme. All the pages on Prepinsta have memes about DSA. So let's say you don't know Java, you only know C. So you didn't see the memes of these two pages. You can go to meme review. After each section, we have meme review. So after sorting also, we have meme review. In searching also, we have meme review. So if I'm to show you what meme review has, just give me 1 second. Because of this live, my computer is working a little slow. Right. So for example, here, she's asking which search did you use, and Thanos is saying linear search, and then she's saying what did it cost? And he's saying time complexity. Right. So things like that. Linear search, thinking it's cool. Binary search, ending its career. Things like that. So for example, so here also, so you can check about that. 4G is coming, don't worry. If you're a PUBG fan, or anyone who's internally connected to TCS will leak the news. TCS is soon, that's all we can say. Right. So how do you prepare for TCS NQT? So this is like the last session of our live webinar for this time. We'll conduct it again soon, maybe after a week or maybe after some time, right? So we'll start with this series again. How do you prepare for all of it? So, we have something called as TCS Prime Video on our website, right? So again, what would you get? You would get 72 hours of TCS specific videos, right? And so that's TCS specific for aptitude, programming logic, coding, etc., etc. Apart from that, we are like, okay, we are giving you C++ course as well. So we are like, okay, since TCS also asks C++, we are anyways doing that for TCS, but let's give the whole course of Prep Insta of C and C++ completely free of cost included. So you have C++ and nano degree. So it's a nano degree course. So after you complete the TCS course, you would also get the certifications in C and C++ as well, which you can show off in the interview as well. Then again, you have 30 plus hours of DSA nano degrees. Then you have free prime mock subscription for TCS. Interview preparation is also included in it. That's something that I've not mentioned, but again, so the so all of these are recorded lectures. The next thing here is, as soon as TCS is announced, you will get approximate preparation time of 20 to 30 days, right? On those days, apart from this, so these are just, let's say you're like, okay, awake at 4 a.m. in the morning. So you're like, okay, let's study. Obviously, I or Manish will not conduct live classes then. But then again, as soon as TCS is announced, in all of these days, you will have live lectures also daily. So and this is apart from all of this. So how many hours? 70 plus 25 is 97, 97. So 127 hours of videos are there. Right. So that is one. A lot of people also came us with a request of, sir, I'm preparing for TCS, but let's say I don't get placed and then Wipro is coming. So do you want me to purchase things again? So you're like, okay, let us do one thing. Let's launch a course that is whole complete placement preparation. So we call it as Royal Pass, which is again coming from PUBG. So we have 30 plus online classes, that is TCS, Wipro, Deloitte, Infosys, and Persistent, ZS Associates, all of those companies. Then you also have AMCAT, CoCubes, TCS Ion, eLitmus. If you do not get placed on campus or with these off-campus drives, then you can apply for these exams, and then prepare for these exams as well. Complete aptitude course for placements is also included. C++, DSA course is also included in this Royal Pass. Python is also included. Competitive coding and DBMS are going to be added this month. Python has already been added, right? And then next month, we are launching this machine learning certification course as well. So you would be given access to it. So Royal Pass is essentially whatever Prep Insta has, everything that Prep Insta has is included in the Royal Pass. So programming logic, oops, in C++ and Java. So most of the questions are in C++. Again, you need to study C++. So again, what is the price? I think I purposely have not mentioned the price here. So I think the price here is 1999 today for Prime Video. We are going to increase it to 2999 on Monday. So this is coming from me. I take decisions about prices and then ask people to change it, right? So 2999 would be the price starting from Monday. Today price is 1999. There's a coupon code also. Yeah. Okay. And for this is 44444. Right. So let's not talk about it. Right. So again, one more thing that I wanted to highlight here is, and we are very sorry about it. The general quality of Rep Insta is much better. All of us are working from home, keeping our family safe. So which is why we are shooting like this. Generally, the quality of Rep Insta is this. So for example, if you Google TCS syllabus, right? So this is the video that is there for TCS syllabus on Prep Insta, and I'll just show you. So for example, if you Google, if you YouTube TCS aptitude question and answers, right? So the page that comes,
and a negative marking of 0.33. The other three questions will be fill in the
so let it load.
box type, which will have 2 marks and no negative marking. The topics that will be covered
so
in
these
this
are the
section
quality.
are
This is the office where we shot the video. So generally we are able to connect only this way, but generally this is what you should judge Prep Insta at. I personally would want to say this. Then again, let's say for the TCS NQT, so this is also Prep Insta, Prep Insta, Prep Insta. So the top 3 videos are all of Prep Insta here, right? So let's say you wanted to check for aptitude as well, right? So in that case, this is generally how we do
W1 and W2 both would have been 1, right? So we got our equation from here. So 9 into 10.
So the quality of the online class is this. So in the online class also, we would be teaching like this. These are the recorded lectures. The live lectures would be conducted like this, generally, right? Please give a reply about Hexaware update. I have no idea about Hexaware update in terms of Hexaware exam happened, but what about update about results, update about pattern, what? Uh, Atulya sir, is it mandatory for the coding question to pass all the test cases? What happened if we not solve the coding question? So again, coding question is like if you don't solve the coding question, you're not going to get selected. That's like one answer, like just one answer. Not going to get selected if you don't answer the coding question right. That is the truth. Um, you need to clear the cutoff in all the other rounds, but then again, you need to pass at least half of the test cases in the coding question to be able to get the interview. So then again, last year TCS hired 40,000 people. We think this year they would be hiring around 15,000 people, I think, and the number of applicants would definitely be increasing from last time. Uh, in Hexaware, they don't have any Sherlock Holmes. So again, one person is asking what is the syllabus of TCS NQT? It's given here. So you go to this video, TCS NQT syllabus, and you can find it here. Right. So just
Post-order type of questions. This section can be slightly difficult for the non-IT students.
so they're
which
like
is why
number
we
of
pay
questions
special
15,
attention to
15,
these
15,
on our
10,
online
coding,
classes.
all of those.
There will also be a discount code linked in the description
Yeah,
box for the
TCS will
online
not. TCS doesn't have on-campus drives anymore. They recruit off-campus in all the AICTE colleges of India. Right. So when will the full mock test of NQT be released on Prepinster? They're only topic-wise questions. So Yash, actually we did it on purpose. We gave students 20 full mock tests, and after 1 week, we were like, you've exhausted all 20 of them. So we were like, we are not giving you full mock test. You complete the video lectures, and then we will give you mock test link on WhatsApp group of all the people who've joined the Prime Video courses. And the reason was that because you've not completed all the videos and you're wasting your mock test. So we like complete the video first, and then so you will get the full mock test. In fact, it's already there with us. We are not giving you for your own benefit, because then you will be like, okay, I want to check my performance uh, after completing the videos, just before the exam. And then you're like, okay, I have completed all the mock tests. I know all the answers because this is the second time when I'm solving it. So, which is why we are giving you topic wise mock tests in our Prime Video courses first. So, that's it. So, can you please tell us the plan to start the preparation for, please? So, I would say, start with data structures first. Data structures first, then aptitude. Aptitude maybe there are questions that TCS is asking about Sudoku. There are questions that they are asking about coordinate geometry. Now, nobody, CoCubes, AMCAT, Metal, all of these exams do not ask coordinate geometry, but TCS does, and a lot. TCS loves questions about permutations and combinations in PNC. So I'd recommend that. Then you go ahead and learn C and C++, and then finally coding. The reason why I'm saying coding at the very last is because uh, so in fact, let me show you to you in our online class. So prepinster.com/TCS online. I think this is the page wherein all the people can access the online classes. Just give me a second. So I'll close all of these browsers. So my laptop is streaming at the very same time. My laptop is doing 20 things at the very same time. Okay. If I join Royal Pass today, I am from ENTC. Will it help me? Definitely, because why you don't know coding properly? Let's say Himanshu, you want to learn C and C++ first to be able to solve the questions in TCS. Important topics for TCS in aptitude would be probability, Sudoku, all of those, right? So, for example, these are the online classes of prep and stuff for TCS NQT. So this is like the video for divisibility that you can see here.
What do you call a number?
So this is what you will get after purchasing, for example. So again, there are some websites which just record video of. So in fact, let me tell you this, and this is for your benefit. I have seen there are like 5-6 YouTube channels which are essentially 2020 pass outs. Those guys have not gotten placed. They are sitting at home in lockdown. So I'm sorry. So they're like, okay, let's create a YouTube channel and let us post random NCRT questions or RS Agarwal questions on YouTube and saying that, okay, these are TCS NQT questions. And they just do this thing that, okay, they create a slide from Microsoft Slides and then record their screen and then play the video, right? You need to understand that, okay, you need to study from somebody who's genuine. So if the online classes don't look like this, if the quality doesn't look like this, they are most probably there are 20, these guys are 2020 batches, and these guys are even selling courses. One of them has 50,000 subscribers, and I'm like, you don't even, you are, so maybe a few of them are doing this thing that, okay, they are solving questions from Prep and Star, which were given on our website, right? So those maybe previous year questions are TCS. But then we're like, okay, the pattern has completely changed from last year. So for example, the question that I solved today, we've not even updated on our website still. We are yet to update these questions on our website. So they are giving you the question of last year. So again, if the quality of the website or the videos does not look like this in the online classes or in the YouTube video, I would not recommend you to go ahead and buy the product. Is there any chance to get the free package? Prep Insta Prime video courses was the reason why I passed LTI exam. Thank you, sir, and thanks to Prep Insta team, Nishant Shetty. Thank you. Is there any chance to get free package? Right. So, Sai, let me tell you one thing, and then this is actually the genuine reason. The reason why I founded Prep Insta was because of personal reasons. I wanted to help students as much as we can. Um, with having said that, we have approximately 71 employees. Obviously, we need to be a little motivated about giving them salaries as well. So, which is why some part of the courses are paid. The other part is all the previous year questions of TCS are there on our website, completely free. Completely free. We will also give it to you on our WhatsApp group, so you can go ahead and join that. We also try to come online on our YouTube channel as much as we can. So that is for all of you, right? So that depends. Good evening, sir. I'm having persistent objective exam. Can you give me some last time suggestions? Persistent is AMCAT. AMCAT is computer science. So there are there's no aptitude. There's logical, English, uh, computer science, and coding. So I would recommend you in computer science section, you study OS a lot. OS, there would be questions like, okay, so there would be tabular questions, like they will give you A, B, C, D. So let's say OSI layer, TCP IP layer, something. And then they will give you 4 options, 1, 2, 3, 4. So OSI layer, they will give some definition. Uh, TCP IP, they will give some definition, and you're like, okay, mark 1 to 4, A to 4, B to this, C to this, all of those things. So questions like these are being asked. Networking is important. Operating system is important. Understanding FCFS, FIFO, LIFO, all of these I would recommend. Approximately 15,000 is what I would say. Udav Ingle, I want to buy Royal Pass. Sure. Udav, is there any questions? This is TCS Ignite or Next Steps. TCS Next Step is where you have to go. You don't have to go to TCS Ignite. Yeah, so pattern would be same. The number of questions exactly are same. However, uh, the difficulty level of the exam is going to be higher this year. So that's what we know. When will the competitive coding thing would be launched? I think this month we are planning to launch it. So again, we don't generally do all of these things. So we saw that okay, for Goldman Sachs, what people did was there was one particular YouTuber who created okay Goldman Sachs actual previous year questions, and he was solving MCQ questions from technical, that is input output questions. And I was like, Goldman Sachs does not have input output questions, my friend. The exam would be completely aptitude. Uh, and I was amazed to see that personally what so happens is students get misguided there. So that is what I would recommend, that okay, study from somebody who is genuine. Okay, guys, thank you. That's pretty much about it. Just wanted to show you what all you would get. So this is our TCS online classes. So that you can check the videos, the quality of the videos here. So for example, weird thumbnail. Understanding. When the reader moves his or eyes to read the right. So the page keeps on scrolling, 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 scrolling. So there are so many videos, and then you get the aptitude course as well. Right. So that's pretty much about it, guys. Thank you so much. What we'll do is we'd share all the previous year questions of TCS in the group probably sometime next week. I think tomorrow is not a working day. When is the hiring going to be held? So actually, we can't say it officially. You will have to wait for TCS to announce it. We can't say it officially as of yet. We have an idea about it, but then again, the ECS will kill us if we announce it before them. So I can just simply say this thing, that is, we wouldn't have had been doing this live session if the hiring wasn't soon enough, and the hiring is so soon that if you don't start preparing, you will have very less time. Is there zeros and networking course? No, as of now, there's not. Okay, guys, thank you really a lot. I'll see you up again. If you have any questions, you can always comment out. I'm sure Adil would be here for about next 5 to 10 minutes. He'll help you surely. We hope to see you all in our online classes. So also one more thing is we have a so the reason we have 100% refund policy on our courses, and we're like, okay, you don't like them, you take the refund, and we have no questions asked refund policy. And the reason why we have it is because we know our courses are far, far, far better than anybody else at all. Okay, guys, thank you. Bye bye. All the very best.